Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 7th edition of Book Fun Friday. Today is Friday, May the 1st. We made it to May. Yay. The young adult book that I want to talk about today is titled HARLEY, MERLIN, and the Secret COVEN. I have to thank my friend Ann Barnes for recommending this book to me. This is a fantasy novel. I don't typically read fantasy. That's not my natural go-to when I'm picking out a book. But I have so many students who love fantasy books. And now that I've read this, I'm so happy I read this. I have another fantasy book that I can recommend to my students. Let me talk to you guys a little bit about HARLEY MERLIN. This particular book, if you go searching for it, is an ebook. You can find it through Amazon. You don't have to have a Kindle to read it, though. Obviously, I'm reading it on my iPad. The author of the book is Forrest. And HARLEY MERLIN is the first book in a series. There are actually 18 books in this series. Just to give you a little bit of backstory about this particular novel. The protagonist is a 19-year-old girl named HARLEY who has spent her life in foster care. Some of that was good, some of that was not so good, but the last part of her life where she made it through high school was actually with a very supportive, loving, good family. And so HARLEY sort of got her feet under her those last 4 years of school when she really needed to have a good foundation before she graduated, and then at 18 became an adult. But when she graduated high school, she wasn't really sure what she wanted to do. Now, there were a couple of things that she did know and had known all of her life about herself. From all of her memory, HARLEY could move things with her mind, and she had always been able to sense people's feelings. Now, this is different from somebody who can read minds. She didn't understand words that were in people's heads, but she could always tell when somebody was particularly nervous or overly excited about something. And all of her life, these two powers, moving things with her mind and sensing people's feelings, have been with her. Well, since she wasn't really sure what she wanted to do with her life after she turned 18 and graduated high school, she was able to get a job working at a high-end casino in San Diego. And the reason that they hired her to work at this casino is that she had this particular ability to pick up on the way people felt, and in doing so was able to identify cheaters during these high-end poker games. The second she felt somebody cheating in these games, she would signal to the security person who was always stationed in these rooms where these poker games were played for millions of dollars. And she would signal to him. He would signal to the casino security, who would come in, nab the cheater or cheaters, and then HARLEY would be compensated for her tips and finding these particular cheaters. Well, one night she's walking out of work. She's leaving the casino to go home from work. And as she's approaching her car in the parking lot, she hears this horrific scream from the back of the parking lot and realizes there's a man on the ground who is being attacked by a monster. Well, because she has this power that she can move things with her mind, she activates that power and is able to move that monster far enough away from the man for him to scramble out of the way and not be killed. Well, at the same time as she's moving this monster away from this man, she realizes she's not alone in the parking lot. There's somebody else in the parking lot who is also acting on this particular monster and preventing him from killing this man. When she, HARLEY, and this man are able to take down the monster and assist the man with getting away from the situation, HARLEY turns to him and asks who he is. And he identifies himself as Wade. Wade is a member of the secret coven in San Diego. Wade is a warlock and has been sent to fetch HARLEY because she has been identified by the coven as a witch, and they want to bring her into their fold. And so it's Wade's job to do that. And that's actually why he was in the parking lot waiting for her to come out that night from work so that he could meet her and take her to the coven. And then the rest of the story is about her experience of being in the coven and what happened to her once she got there. Now, I'm going to read a short passage. This is actually the prologue to the novel, HARLEY MERLIN. I froze, my back against the window, my whole body shivering, as the beast in front of me shuddered with delight. Another second, and I would become its dinner. Something inside me roared like thunder, unwilling to give in yet. The air around me thickened. I could feel it, tickling my fingertips, beckoning me to wield it. I'd done it before, though not with the strength I would need to disable a fiend as savage as this. But I had to try. There was no other choice. I summoned all the energy I could muster, and for the first time ever, I sensed the particles of chaos flowing through me. My mind went into overdrive, and I thrust my hands out. The winds outside listened, rumbling and whistling as they crashed through the window. I ducked as broken glass exploded everywhere. Shards cut through the beast's face and eyes, and it hissed from the pain. With no other route to safety, I embraced the winds and leapt onto the windowsill. My breath hitched as I looked down at the sheer drop, and then I closed my eyes, abandoning myself to the air. And again, this is HARLEY MERLIN and the Secret Coven by Bella Forrest. This is book 1 in an 18-book series. It's a fantasy series about a young woman named Harley who finds herself joining a coven. Folks, thanks as always for watching. I really appreciate you. I always appreciate your kind words when I post these videos. I do hope you're well and continue to be. Your family and friends continue to be well. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you again next Friday. Bye.